Yeah, as we talked about at the panel yesterday, we talked about how Street Fighter Cross Tekken and DLC had worked together. We're aware that a lot of the fans out there were kind of unhappy with the way that the DLC was delivered for Street Fighter Cross Tekken. Yes, it was on the disc. From a development standpoint, we really felt like the best way to deliver the content to the users would be putting it on the disc because, first off, the amount of data that it takes is space that it takes is a lot. So, if users have to download it, the hard drives are going to get full. It uses up bandwidth. There was just a lot of problems as well as online play with people who purchase it and people who don't purchase it. So in order to make the compatibility between the users the smoothest as possible, we felt that putting it on the disc was the best way. However, we are aware that a lot of users were unhappy. So, moving forward, the Street Fighter team, we want to explore other methods of DLC delivery, which is not on disc. So, we definitely heard the voices of the fans for that one, and we're going to implement our policies accordingly. Whether DLC is shareable or not, yes, all DLC between the Vita and the PS3 is shareable, so you won't have to purchase the same DLC twice. As well, we are releasing the 12 new characters as DLC on July 31st. We actually moved up the release date. This was, again, in response to fan demand. So at the same time as the characters will be released, we'll be actually releasing a balanced update for all the characters in the game. So this will be the first time that all characters in the game get like a fresh start.
Christy, focus on the fight.
We put a lot of effort into developing Street Fighter Cross Tekken Vita in order to make it not only a faithful port of the console version, but to add in new features and functionality on top of that as well, which utilize the hardware of the Vita to its fullest. So we talked a little bit about at the panel yesterday how once you purchase the Vita version, first off, all 55 characters will be unlocked from the very beginning, so you don't need to go and unlock them or anything like that. So that's one cool perk. As well, we utilize the front and rear touch panels of the Vita to do things like character customization as well as virtual buttons, which are also customizable, which is a really neat feature. As well, the Vita has a lot of other really cool little nifty things inside of it, as we utilize the camera for AR functionality, as well as we are supporting Near, and we actually have a lot of other cool features which we'll be talking about and revealing more details about in the coming days, starting with San Diego Comic-Con.
Can't believe you. Why'd you have to break up my fight like that? It was like the best time I'd had since forever, man.
The Street Fighter 25th Anniversary Collector's Kit is for the fans. So what we really wanted to do was put together the ultimate Street Fighter Collector's package that a fan who's enjoyed the series for a long time could come purchase and then instantly have this great collection of Street Fighter memorabilia and games and things like that as well. So, we wanted to put in a little bit of every single series to really show off the real history of Street Fighter. So you'll find that we have a wide variety of different things inside the kit, including, different games as well as soundtracks. We have an art book, we have a documentary, we have a figure, we have a belt. There's just a lot of content that we really thought that the fans would be able to enjoy. As for some things that didn't make it, unfortunately, I know a lot of people were looking forward to playing Street Fighter 1. Unfortunately, we weren't able to include that into the kit, so that was a hard decision. We know there was a lot of demand out there for it, but I think we make up for that with the sheer amount of other content that we have, and we think it's a really great package for fans to be able to pick up.
See that? That's the South Pole. Everyone's lining up for their ramen, all ready to eat. But it's still cooking on the stove.
Yeah, there's been a lot of new fighting games in the market recently, especially after Street Fighter 4 was such a big hit. They kind of revitalized the fighting game genre and really got a lot of interest in the genre and from developers as well in terms of entering the fighting game market. So in terms of what Capcom has to do moving forward, we really feel like that there's always going to be if the game is really good, it's always going to be well received by the fans. It's always going to be, number one, and that's what Capcom has to aim for when making, future fighting game titles. We can't, sit by idly and just hope that things will get better. We really need to take charge and come up with new ideas that'll refresh the genre, revitalize the genre, as Street Fighter 4 did. So, I became producer of Street Fighter Cross Tekken from this year, and I really feel like it's my, kind of my duty, as this is also the 25th anniversary of Street Fighter, to take the series in the next direction, the right direction for the next 25 years, so that we can get to the 50th anniversary, and then people will say, you know, I'm really glad that, you know, Ayano took over the series when he did.
Oh wow, you're better than you look.
はい、ストリートファイタークロスビータの発売日は
Street Fighter Cross Tekken for the Vita is coming out in fall 2012. The Street Fighter Cross Tekken for the 360 and for the PS3 are already on sale, and we'll be continuing to, you know, monitor those games and update them as well. So please, everyone, go out and enjoy Street Fighter Cross Tekken.
Let's do our best. Ha!